Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here for Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer, Entertainment District Arc, Episode 4. Tonight, gonna have myself a little good time. Da 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 da. Hopefully nobody explodes or becomes a Rocket Man. Anyway, that's my drawing for the day. You can tell what that is, I hope. It's sort of two-faced, and I think that's a pretty clear representation of, as shitty as it is, what happened in the last episode. We found out about the two-faced Warabi-hime Oiran, who it turns out is actually the upper moon named Daki. Has a very, very interesting relationship with Muzan, and a very evil relationship with literally every other human being on the planet, or intelligent creature on the planet. Murderous, evil, horrible, destructive, self-centered, arrogant, narcissistic, cruel, vitriolic, violent, vile. Yeah, she sucks. I like it. I like it. It makes for a good villain. And she gets to sneakily keep her status amongst all the people in this district. Held up on high and apart from everyone else, so that nobody can realize just what a monster she really is. And if they do come to realize just what a monster she really is, they can be disposed of, and it's no sweat, because people disappear in this place all the time. People go bye-bye all the time, and as we discovered when I did a little bit of research, they used to dump bodies at the temple and just get rid of them, so who's gonna find out about Warabi-hime Oiran and her odd tendencies? Except for one ugly, sleepy boy with a heart of gold and a sword of lightning, who happened to find her acting a little bit cruel to a young girl, and in the process, discovered that something was off. Something didn't sound right in that voice. Something wasn't correct there. And now suspicions are rising. Zenitsu's got a lead. Inosuke's got a lead. Tanjiro is kind of just chilling, just being really, really overly useful and highly appreciated. It's very nice for him. But things are about to flip and get a lot more interesting as we move forward. So, it seems like Daki's cover is at least somewhat blown. It's not clear that she knows that it's blown, but Zenitsu clearly knows that there's something wrong with this particular Oiran, and if he can get that information to the other Demon Slayers, we can start to make moves. Real serious moves. Where Makio got taken, she's up in the attic somewhere or something like that, I don't know. Where the other two wives are is also of importance, since they could be used as hostages against us or something of that matter. I figure given that they're all fucking ninjas, that they're all in this to win this, they're all like, yeah, fuck it, sacrifice me, kill the demon. But I don't know, we don't really know what kind of relationship Tengen has with his wives. We've only seen him sitting on rooftops acting kind of wistful, so we'll see. We also have a lot of work to do on, like, backstory for Tengen, because there are bits and pieces of that show up in the OP that we're sort of hoping are going to come to some kind of narratively compelling fruition, at least I am, and to do that, we need to get some setup, and there's also the matter of this other demon that's in the location somewhere. There's the demon with the two blades, and that demon hasn't shown up at all yet, so there's a lot more going on in this piece of story arc than we've got yet, and I don't know how we're going to get there, since it seems pretty straightforward. It seems like, well, we've uncovered who the demon probably is in this realm. Where do you go from there? To some extent, in a weird way, this will be a total aside, but for some of you it'll make sense, I think. It reminds me of Part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure when they figure out who Kira is. You got a problem there, narratively, which is that if your good guys are there and they figure out who the villain is and they're able to surround him and get to him and attack him and all that stuff, what do you do? What do you do from there narratively? Where do you go? Where does the villain, how does that get worse? How does it get more interesting? How does it continue on as a story without just resolving itself right quick, Because it seems like this should resolve itself right quick. Zenitsu goes to the other Demon Slayers, goes, hey, I think it's this lady. Check it. Tanjiro goes, yep, she smells like a demon. Tengen Uzui goes, oh, that's a demon. And then they all, tag team Daki. There you go. That's a very different show. That's a different show. But you get where I'm going with this, right? Seems like there's a clear line from discovering who the demon is to killing who the demon is. And it might not be so. It might be a little bit more complicated than that. And I'm curious to see how. I also want more antics and interactions between these characters and the humans who live in this space. I want more history and philosophy and psychology and intrigue and fights, and also fights. Plenty of fights. Cool animation, interesting art. I'll take it all. I'll take whatever Demon Slayer decides to throw at me. Throw good stuff at me, Demon Slayer. Come on, hit me, Ufotable. And they do, and they will. So let's go ahead and watch the next episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba and see what steps we take narratively to move this thing forward without ending it. Just straight off the bat. Because it feels like it's a tough game to move this story forward without ending it right off the bat. And I could be wrong. Maybe we do. Maybe her cover is blown and we're just in a wild chase through the streets of the red light district for the rest of the season. And that might be super sick. So, my concerns or questions about the narrative might get totally blown out of the water in moments. And I'm totally happy with that. I'm excited either way and happy to be here and happy to be watching the show. I will say this is week 2 of getting a video done every day. So it's pretty good. It's not easier. It hasn't gotten any easier, but it is going and it's continuing to go, and that's probably a good thing. Thanks for joining me for this video. I think this will be a fun one. Demon Slayer usually is. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's get to it. I've got episode 4 of Kimetsu no Yaiba up and ready to go. Time-based version up on YouTube, Patreon, linked in the description if you'd like to support the channel and the stuff that I create. It's greatly appreciated. It's my only source of the major income, so that's good. Thank you to those of you who do support the channel. It means a ton. And let's watch episode 4. Beep beep timer. Oiran! The good Oiran. The good Oiran. Very young children. Ara, indeed. Ah, she's so sweet. Hairpins. Joie? Okay, that's very nice. Not because you expect to die soon or anything, right? Right? Alright. Casually watching the people that I must protect. Very sweet. Very sweet. Very sweet. Somebody commented about this OP being great, and I agree. Oh, that guy is already. Okay. See, we haven't done any of this stuff yet. Boom. Great. Mm. Yeah. Tonight. Uh-oh. Yeah, because he got... Oh, no! I forgot! Yoinked! I fully forgot. Yeah, just don't. It's too ugly. Oh. Ah. Guy's a little freaked out there, man. Hmm. Oh, yeah, and he lost his wife, too, right? So... Yep. Yeah, well, that's pretty accurate. Perfectly clear. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, he knows. Does he know? Didn't even sense him coming. Yeah. He is the sound. Hmm. Does he know? Hmm. Ah, I've manipulated you, eh? Now that's true. Yeah, there'll be no recourse. No, you're not. Nope. Nope. Hmm. Wow. He's trying to save your lives, boys. Nope. Yes. Oh, we're up a few. All right. Yeah, get wrecked. Zambamiro! Whoa, really? Okay. That's fucking new. Oh, nobody told him. Show me my ranking. Can that be used against us? I don't know. To determine who demon slayers are? Hmm. So there must be something within the houses, or a way to travel between them without going outside. Hmm. Underground. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Unless it's absolutely arrogant and believes there will be no chance. Just consume them. Yum, yum, yum. Busy, busy. But where is her lair? Nice. No, it's not, you fucking idiot. not even a chance, my guy. not one chance in 1,000 hells that you would have said any part of that the way that Tanjiro said it. We're gonna put some of these characters under threat real soon. I'm real scared. That's great. Please be safe. Please don't get fucking murdered. Please don't get fucking murdered, children. Please don't get fucking murdered, nice Oiran girl. Nobody get murdered, please. Ah. Hi, let me explain some shit. Yeah, how has Nezuko been doing in the box, by the way? You're a boy. Weird. Yeah. what? I thought I did so well. Otoko no kodate. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, totally not obvious at all. Cool. What? You're what? That's why she gave away the things. Uh-oh. She's so good. So over good. You got a bad feeling about something? Yeah, thank you. Great. Great line. I'm very worried for her now. No! God damn it! Yeah! I forgot to murder my competition! No! No! God fucking damn it. God damn it! God damn you, story. Ah, I was wondering why we set that up in CG. But where? Can I get his name right? What the fuck? What? Shut the fuck up. You don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Hmm. Huh. That's his wife's, right? Such ninja, very quiet. Yeah. And? Is that so? Say it, Warabi Hime Oiran, motherfucker. Nice. Alright, we got the deets. We got the down low. Sure, no light, huh? Bye. Gone. Just out. That's great. Yeah, or something more sinister. This is great. We get to actually watch him work solo. Has to be. Oh, we'll see, man. Fun, 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 fun. Very fun. Found him? Didn't find him. Found him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You should not be. You gotta get the fuck out, dude. Yeah, that's an upper moon, man. Yeah, what? Weird dimensional stuff inside the stuff? Right. Right. Uh. Uh. Dog, my guy. Oh, okay. Yeah. Use that as an opportunity to get the fuck out. Instant. Yep. Yeah. Oh boy. You know what that means, man. You watched Rengoku get Rengoku'd. Like, you know. Also, you got a teammate and you should be using her. All you gotta do is breathe into them. Something like that, yeah. Some weird dimensional shit for sure. Because she can become as small as the Obi and fit through anything. Ah. Like wings. Butterfly wings. Dragonfly wings. Sick. Dude, you should let Nezuko fight with you. Seriously. That. Eh. We do not have enough time for this fight. Also, we have too many episodes for this fight to go anywhere interesting. So what's gonna happen here? Nuts. God, that looks great. It looks great. Did that save her? Can he get her out? She believes herself so far above. Can he get her out, though? Catch your breath, man. Can we get a friend? Can we get an assist, please? Can we get an assist, please? One assistance. Mm. No! No! No, straight up, no, you actually fully can't. Sorry to be that guy here. I'm all about the protagonist's belief. I have to do it, right? I have to. That's the idea? It's baller. That's baller. I love it, dude. You're gonna get killed. You're gonna get absolutely slaughtered. You cannot. Alright, there is an outro thing after the ED. Ooh, baby. So it's all set up for the next episode, huh? We're gonna get to it for real. Mid chunk. Interesting. It's a great slow burn to build up hype for this fight. I like it. And a little bit. Muscle mice. Hmm. Hmm. A little bit flashy. Oh, okay. Things are about to get real flamboyant and flashy, one might say. Yeah, I mean, the other characters are gonna arrive. Tanjiro dies if he fights this fight. Straight up. Straight up, now tell me, do you really want to die to this demon? No, no, no. No, you don't. No, you don't want to die to this demon. That's why we have the setup at the beginning where Tengen tells them, whoever survives wins, right? Victory in this circumstance isn't defeating the demon, it's just surviving. So get the fuck out of here while you have the chance, is what he tells them. And he takes all the burden onto himself, and our characters, of course, go, no, no, not a chance. We're not doing that. No shot. No chance. I love the mice. They're it's a very funny idea. I like it a lot. I've got in my Dungeons and Dragons campaign, one of my characters has a magical item that I sort of spun for him that lets him generate some swarms of rats, and they're very loyal, very loyal. They're like crusader rats. They are near religiously oriented toward following the orders of their rat king, which is the Loxodon who has the staff that summons them, and they do stupid shit like those mice. So it's fun to have another version of that, or another idea of that presented to me. Just little mice that you can control around. My characters do all sorts of very silly things with those rats. Like they've had one of them jump inside of a the mouth of shit. It's not a beholder. What's it called? It's like a little mini beholder with it's only got 3 eye stalks. Gazer. Jump inside the mouth of a gazer to see if they could figure out where that place goes. Tony the rat is just gone. Just gone. Has been gone for weeks. But a very fun idea. Very silly. And a great way to store your swords, I guess. The Oiron is so lovable. And these characters like, Oiron, just builds up that something murderously bad is going to happen here. It's so sweet and soft and calm and beautiful. And of course, it's unclear what she's doing here, but it's like a giving away your gifts before committing suicide sort of thing. She has this expectation that she's going to leave, and that's very ominous feeling. Of course, she has a real belief that she's going to leave and get married, and somebody's going to take her away from this place and something like that. But as it stands, it is not to be, because she's going to get whisked away by a jealous, evil monster who does want to taste her. She is beautiful, after all. I like this frame. I think it stood out to me when it happened. It stands out to me quite a bit. It's simple and subtle, and I think it works really well. So let me try to express what I see here. This whole sequence is all lit. Well lit, right? There's light up from above. All of the characters are well lit. We can see everything in the frame, in the scene. There's no darkness really looming. There's radiant light throughout this sequence, and light in the eyes of the characters, and light shining off of their reflective things in the room and stuff like that. Okay. We slow pull out from this well-lit environment. And again, we've got reflective bits on the wood in the background, and it's lit. It's well lit. You can see all of the objects. Everything is in the opening. Everything is in the open. And it's, metaphorically, this is the light of this Oiron. Metaphorically, in terms of the framing of the thing. This is her light. And in the darkness, just on the edge of it, looking in, observing the light, is Tanjiro. Observing and protecting. And out behind him, and we see it first in this frame. and we'll just go make sure that I don't miss any frames here. He's cornered, so squashed down into the corner in the way that I think of it, like small in frame. And there's light spilling out of the door over on the right side of the frame. And then to the left, we loom into darkness. Ooh. That darkness, if you frame it out, well, the frame is something like this. Let me draw this out so that you'll see what I mean. Like that. Okay. Up. Light. Tanjiro. Darkness. Getting darker. Darker and darker as it goes to the edge. In terms of the broad strokes of the framing. And then in the next frame, immediately past this, is here. And here we've got the same idea. Same idea. Tanjiro, center frame, light on one side, dark on the other. Really simple stuff. Really, like, as straightforward as it can be. Utterly obvious when you say it about it. Combining those scenes together, light inside, light on one side, darkness on the other, light on one side, darkness on the other, gives the feeling of creeping, encroaching darkness. And actually does the setup for us. Just through some light and shadow presented in frame. Does the setup for us that makes you, in the back of your mind, think, ah, shit, man, something bad is going to happen to that Oiron that I like. It's doubled down in the same way that, like, a death flag would be. You've got this character who's essentially doing a thing that's like, I'm only 3 days away from retirement, right? And in the stormtrooper sense, or what's his name? Is it Jack from JoJo's Part 3, where he's like, I'm sorry, from JoJo's Part 2, where he's like, oh yeah, we're getting married, everything's gonna be great, hee 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 hee, and then he gets totally obliterated, right? You get a character giving rapid character development, and that's a death flag or an indicator. I would argue that the framing here, subconsciously, is even more potent for leading us down that path. Making us think that something dark is encroaching on this scene. And I mean, literally, something dark is encroaching on this scene. Light, 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 darkness coming from the left. That's it. That's all that it is. This isn't complicated. And it should be probably pretty obvious to you. That kind of really simple storytelling is the stuff that makes the difference, I think. I think it's really the stuff that makes the difference. Makes you feel that something's happening. Makes you internalize and generate your own expectations out of just the framing. Not the obvious parts of the story, not the lines or the dialogue or even the voice actors. Well, actually, that's a way to put it. If the things that are happening in frame are the dialogue itself, then the lighting and composition is the voice actor's delivery. Does that make sense as an analogy? The line art is the dialogue, is the real speech, the things that are being said and their meaning. The color work and the framing and the light and shadow and all of the post-processing and stuff is the texture to it. And it gives it that emotional expectation and weight that it wouldn't have otherwise. I think that's cool. I think it's a cool little tiny example of that kind of storytelling, which is throughout Kimetsu no Yaiba. And I think throughout maybe any really solid work of animation, or even any solid work of film, is this kind of storytelling. This kind of subtlety leveraged to create texture and flow. And I think this episode is chock full of it. Because in a lot of ways, this episode is investigation and suspicion and curiosity and questioning and mystery in some ways. We as the audience know who the enemy is, and we as the audience know to some extent what to expect from her. But our characters don't. And so over the course of the episode, the mystery builds and builds and builds until it builds to a head and Tanjiro opens that window and sees Daki standing there. And suddenly we're in a different space. Now there's no question to it anymore. It's like I said at the beginning of the thing when we were discussing it in the very intro. It's like, well, how... Once one of our demon slayers corners Daki, it's over. The story takes a hard right turn, right? Because her cover is blown and things are not what you'd expect. Similarly, I'd say when that head of household says to Tengen, says her name, an Oiran named Warabi Hime, it's over for her. Her cover is blown, and she has to totally change her modality if she wants to stay in this place. And she does. She wants to stay in this place, she wants to kill a Hashira, and then she wants to keep fucking going, because she's got it good here. She's got it great. She wants to stay right where she is. So the game becomes different. The last 4 episodes have been, well, with the exception of the first episode, because the first episode is all set up. Last 3 episodes, then, have been a game of information, have been a mystery game. And now the mystery's blown wide open. We know who it is, we know where she is, we know what she's been doing, and we have to fight. And that's a totally different game. So this episode, being the transition point there, has to do a lot of subtle storytelling, I think. Has to do a lot of curiosity and mystery. Emotions in characters, in their actions. Things building to a head inside the brains of these characters, you know? And, you know, it was like, wah, and bam, and zoom, and that doesn't help it at all in Osuke. Tengen Uzui being continuously the quietest and also the scariest is great. It is a great, like, how do I put it? It's a great contrast within the character. He's a giant man who... bulging muscles, big swords, right? Clomp, clomp, clomp. Nope, silent as a mouse. That's a cool contrast. I like that. And he tells them in no uncertain terms, I might have fucked up, guys. I was pretty focused on getting my wives back, and so I might have roped you into something bigger than you. Get out while you can. I'll take care of this. And of course, our characters are heroic, so they'll say, no, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. Also, our friend got captured. We've got all sorts of reasons all lined up for Tanjiro and Inosuke to absolutely refuse. I wanted to rescue my wife so badly that I made some bad decisions. You should leave now. You're ranked too low for this. If the demon here turns out to be an upper moon, you couldn't handle it. And, of course, with the prescience of narration, he tells us exactly what's going to happen. And I agree. I fully agree. I think there's no chance. I think if you run the simulation of Tanjiro versus Daki, and you run that sim fight 1,000 times, Tanjiro doesn't win any of them. With some exceptions. I think if he lets Nezuko out of the box, he has a chance. And I think if Inosuke or Tengen shows up, he has a chance. I think they have a shot. As long as you even the numbers a little bit, you got a shot. At least to survive. But we've done a really good job over the course of the story of showing exactly how strong the upper moons are. And mostly that's thanks to Akaza and thanks to Rengoku. We've shown what Rengoku was capable of, and he couldn't hack it against Akaza. Right. So we know what Tanjiro is capable of, and while he's got that protagonist power within him, and this burgeoning ability that will eventually grow into becoming one of the greatest demon slayers who's ever lived, probably, and maybe a Hashira himself, probably, he's not there yet. And we can, you know, we can power level estimate that Tengen Uzui could take the two of them together, and Tengen Uzui would have a hard time fighting Daki. So, no shot. No shot for Tanjiro. Again, unless you let Nezuko out of the box or something crazy happens. That's a good setup. creates a lot of tension, because we know that Tanjiro doesn't survive this fight if he stays in this fight. But he's going to try anyway. As he says, he has to. He must. Not just ought, must. There's no choice. And so, while he doesn't give it as an order exactly, he gives it as an opportunity, as a doorway out. They do ignore his order to leave, and in doing so, jeopardize their own lives. Cool to find out about the weird mark thing. It's interesting. I love the goofy faces that these characters make when they're being goofy. Everything you said was exactly what I was... No, it wasn't. No, it was not. It was not. Absolutely not. The little children being like, "We love you, Oiron." God, what a death flag. So bad. Darkness, darkness. And it's here. And no, it's not here because we like secondary jump scare fake out it. Her complete knowledge that he was a boy in girl's clothing is interesting. And it again sort of indicates to us the quality of this character and the quality of character in this human being. She didn't want to blow that cover because she assumed that there would be a reason. That's the kind of framing around other people that I think we consider really respectable. Is, I don't know what you're up to, but I'm not going to fuck with you because I'm going to assume that you've got something going on. Reminds me of a phrase: assume that the person that you talk to you're talking to knows something that you don't, or that they might. Right? Creates a level of respect, for others' choices and actions and speech and manner that allows you to learn from them, allows you to not be an asshole is the other part. Because if you assume that you understand other people, first off, you're wrong. You're just wrong. People are way too complicated. Way too complicated. The smartest, most educated, most versed in psychology and philosophy and history humans don't understand other humans on an individual level. Maybe you can say some broad things about people, but on an individual level, it's way harder. We're way too complicated. So it behooves us to assume that maybe there's something going on that we just don't understand, and to watch from that perspective until there's some kind of pretty obvious confirmation that there's malice going on or something untoward happening, right? It would be really easy to assume, for example, from Warabi-hime Oiran's perspective, or not Warabi-hime Oiran, sorry, Koinatsu Oiran, this Oiran, from her perspective, to just assume a reason behind Tanjiro's infiltration of the place, right? You see a boy dressing as a girl, well, maybe he's here to be a pervert, and so you kick him out, right? You take immediate action based on that supposition, and you're wrong, and it causes a bunch of harm. Okay. Or maybe he's doing it because, he wants to sneak in and be a demon himself and murder a bunch of people. All right, so you kick him out and you're wrong. Whatever assumption you make would be wrong. It's unlikely that you'll assume the right thing. So try not to assume things, maybe. I like that. I think in terms of the moral framework presented by Demon Slayer, it tells us that one of the things that we should endeavor to avoid, as represented by characters who I think we are meant to look up to, and I think we are meant to look up to this character, one of the things we should avoid is making assumptions about the intentions of others. And I agree. And so I like that in the framing of the story. Very good. Onward and scary. Oh boy. Ugh. 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 All sexy and gross. Ugh. Ugh, Daki. So sexy and gross. Blech. I'll actually say something about that too, because I think it's an interesting and straightforward juxtaposition that we get between Daki and Koinatsu Oiran. It's quite obvious, right? I think it's pretty obvious. Do you know what I'm going to say? We hold on high the demure restrained sexuality, kindness, compassion, all of these highly valued, often feminine coded traits in Koinatsu Oiran. And Daki, the evil monster of the show at the present moment, is hyper blatantly sexual, right? She's wearing very sexy garb and predatory in her literally predation, but predation and sexual predation go hand in hand. Chaotic, her hair's all over the place, not put together, all of these things. This is the reality that lies beneath, and snake-skinned, right? All of her sash, her obi, is snakeskin framed, or dragonfly wing framed, however you want to look at it. Snake-like, predatory, malicious, and directly sexy. Tempting. But cruel, malicious, malevolent, destructive. It's a great juxtaposition, one against the other. And it tells us very clearly, with very little filter as far as I can tell, what the author thinks is valuable, and what we should respect, look for, and be interested in the people around us. Whether you agree with that framing or not, that's up to you. But I think the framing is there, and I think it's hard to argue that it isn't. Creepy fucking Daki. Ugh. 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 Face into... Bam. We're already in CG. Yeah, already in CG. And that way we can do this whoop shot here. And then we do some minor face animation as he looks around. It still stands out to me as being obviously CG. Interesting. Okay, he's on the chase. We set up the mice. He goes pig assault and blows his cover. And Tanganuzui does some sneaking and some investigating. I love that he's just gone. I think it's one of my favorite things. His character's just full disappearing without you expecting it. It's really good. And on the prowl she is, and so on the hunt he is. And again, we get this cool hunter becoming the hunted sort of feel. And, yeah. Are his chains CG? No. I don't think so. They look like they look like they could be, though. Alright. Now that certainly is. Yep. And then faux smeared. Interesting. And then all we have left is setup. Pure darkness. Reaction face. Again, the back of the neck, the nape of the neck. So you came. I see. I see. And in a seething coil of weird sashes, we see a little bit more of her actual power. The capacity to suck people in. Again, snake-like in some ways. No scent of blood. But an interesting way of consuming people and putting them down. Putting them away for later. Ugh. Blasts him back. Goes completely numb. Gets hit in the back really hard. Breaks the shoulder sash. And makes a bunch of choices, I would say. He essentially chooses to get back up. Chooses that his feet will work. That his hands will work. And begins the battle. The battle's cool. It's just a teaser, as far as I can tell. I'd call it a teaser for what is to come. We get a cool set of mid-air blasts and fights and shing and swing, and I think that the ribbons look great. I think that they're mostly digital, mostly computer-generated. I don't mind that at all. It works really well for the solidity that they're going for them. These scenes might not be. These might be hand-done. It's hard to tell. And that's one of the great things about Kimetsu, is that the lines become blurred. He manages to sever a section of the obi, and we'll see if that has any impact on her ability to fight, and if he's able to actually rescue Koinatsu Oiran from there. Gosh, if I've got her name wrong, I'm sorry. Bam, bam. And so we set it up. Ready to fight? Can I do it? Can I take this upper moon alone? And with the blade dividing her down the middle, he says, it's not a matter of can. I have to. And so he sets himself to fight the biggest enemy that he's ever stood up against. And he'll lose. I'm solidly convinced that he will lose if he does this. And so we gotta wait for Tengen or somebody else to show up. I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to see Tanjiro really push his limits and level up here. It has been a little bit, he's fought some minor demons, but he's been training and he's moved up in ranks a little bit, and so this will be a good test to see exactly how far he's gone. But has he gone up from 0 to upper moon fighting level? No, absolutely not. So he's gonna die here if he does this, and I'd rather that our main character doesn't die, so tension. Tension is generated, and all that tension sits and holds us over to the next episode. That's really cool. Cool storytelling, cool framing, cool slow burn to an explosion at the end. Like the wick of a piece of dynamite. Boom! And now we're in the explosion. And we'll have to see how long... Boom, 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 boom. How long that explosion goes. I figure at least throughout most of the next episode, there's going to be some interesting fighting stuff going on. I will say, as a last thing, we're on episode 4, moving into episode 5 of 11 episodes. We don't finish this next episode. We don't resolve the story. And so again, we come back to that question of, everything's about to change. The whole nature of all the setup that we've done for this story arc has shifted dramatically as we discover Daki and blow her cover as Warabi Hime Oiran. There's no chance for her to stay in that role exactly without killing all of them. So things are going to get different, and they're going to go in unexpected directions, and I'm excited for that. It again builds up a different kind of tension, a curiosity tension, more of that mystery tension that we had before. And so while we're able to resolve some of it is reborn in a new format. And I think that's really cool too. I like the episode. It's super watchable, super easy to look at, super pretty. Great music, great flow, great voice actor performances. Really good stuff. I like Kimetsu a lot. But I'm going to leave it off here for today and for this week and call that fiend. Thanks so much for watching. Support the channel on Patreon, and I'll see you next week to get moving on this battle and see if Tanjiro can hack it for even a few moments against Daki. We'll find out. Peace.